I didn't even flat iron it.
Hey guys, it's Tia and I'm doing a video on this big kinky straight hair I've got in front of you, and I loved it. I've seen it on the videos, I've seen it in the movies, I've seen it on the TV and everywhere, the magazines, and I want it. It's beautiful. It is textured hair, stretched, and it could be worn so many ways. I started with a coily bob that I loved. You see it was stacked. My hair is not even laying on my shoulders. It's way up in the air. And overnight, I co-washed it and I conditioned it. Then I detangled it. And then I let it air dry about 50-60%. I put my butters, no water-based moisturizer, butters and oils, and I did my 6 plaits. And my hair was detangled, of course, and I stretched it with my plaits. And then the next morning, this is what I got. So what I'm doing here is stretching out my braid out because I don't want to braid out. I want my hair even straighter than it is there. Okay, so basically I'm just smoothing it with some more Nourish and Shine. In the morning I'm putting more butter. One of the things you'll find about wearing this kinky straight hair texture is that it has to be moisturized daily. There's no if and or buts about it. Okay, what I'm doing there is taking down the banding. I did a banding that morning before I jumped in the shower. I don't know why, I just was getting the show on the road, and you can see the banding stretched it out even more than the braid out did. So banding is another great method for stretch. But I didn't have much time that morning, so I'm about to do my next stretch technique, which is pulling it back into a ponytail. You'll see basically how I start this is I took a soft bristle brush and I brushed out the braid out. I know that's kind of scary because, I mean, everybody wears the braid out, but I didn't want the braid out that day. So I took the brush, and as you can see, the braid out's gone. It was easily removed, which I'm pretty sure the humidity was going to take it away in 20 minutes later anyways, because I didn't have anything setting on it. I just had my butters. So anyways, so I'm brushing out the braid out, and I want to show you that this could be a nice high bun styling. You can wear the high bun to stretch for that day. That is one option as a stretch style. I didn't want to wear the bun that day, so I started to direct my hair back in a downwards position because however you direct it is how it's going to lay. You can see the technique involves a lot of kind of fluffing and brushing with the soft bristle brush and finger pulling because the hair kind of stacks up on itself. So a lot of it is manual manipulation with your fingers. I'm using a headband, one of my favorites, and the last of the Mohicans that didn't break. So I'm using that to set my bun that I'm doing. I'm doing like a low bun. I'm going to do 3 Bantu knots at the back for extra stretch. Now this set, you can keep it in for 20 minutes and it's good to go. One of the main key things to this is the moisturization of your hair. Whatever moisturizer you're using, whatever butter-based moisturizer you're using, it has to be something that you've found that keeps your hair really soft and moisturized. And I found that with the Nourish and Shine. It is hard to find products, but once you keep testing out, and seeing and paying attention to what it's doing, then you found your staple. Hallelujah, keep it because, and don't try too many other things when you know that you have something that works. So I know that works for me. I put some on my fingers and I used it to smooth over on those Bantu knots, and this was basically a 20-minute set, and it stretched my hair even more than it was when I first took out the braid out. So you'll see that in a moment. Okay, now that the whole hair is moisturized, this scarf action is going to help to further set the straightness at the front area. And true to life, 20 minutes later, I took it down and I got a phenomenal stretch. Now, nighttime maintenance, I suggest to keep doing this because this hair left out straight to do its own business is only going to be trouble. Okay, and you can see now it's way longer than it was when I first took out the braid out. First of all, the braid out crinkles are gone. for the most part. I'm sure in the middle of that whole bush there's some still there. And night after night I'm going to be finding them and stretching them. But you want to keep this moisturized. I can't stress that enough with this style because it's out in the open, it dries out fast and you don't want the ends to be dry and crispy, especially if you plan on manipulating this. Okay, so I didn't want to do the bun, but I was just going to do like a, you know, in them simple styles, you just pull the front back and then leave the back down. Yeah, I've been doing that since high school or probably even middle school. So it's an old style, but it's a tried and true one. I put a little bit of the Giovanni gel on the front, and it's a strong hold. I had just found that out. But the good thing is, whatever ingredients are in it, it allows for me to just spray some water, and it came right out when I didn't want to have my hair hard at the front the next day. Okay, so you can see I'm bunning the top portion. I do a lot of bunning with this, like whenever I get it, because I was wearing it out big and wild style, and I got so hot that to pull it back, I just pulled it back in a bun because you want to keep kind of coaxing it to stretch, and all the while it's moisturized so it will be pliable and respond to your stretch. And that was the style that I wore for that day. Kind of cutesy and very functionable. You got to remember that the night before I had that, and then it stretched to past my shoulders. So it's a phenomenal stretch, and it is a safely done, no heat, moisture encouraged, and even water. I'm going to explain to you how. My nighttime upkeep of this is to spritz a little spritz bottle of water like a dew in the air, and I focus on my ends and take more of my butters and stretch. This hairstyle is so versatile. Well, I keep calling it a style, but it's a texture, and you can do whatever styling with it you want. I enjoyed buns. I enjoyed wearing it out and about. Now, some people won't appreciate this as a hair texture that they would rock. I mean, it's just really up to you, up to your opinion, up to your styling options. For me, I just consider it like yet another way, another texture that I can rock with my hair now that I know exactly how to get to it. And I shared it with you exactly how I was able to achieve this texture. And I can't help but smile because it's just, I just love this hair.